So we are so excited actually to invite you all the way from Slovenia. I have just explained my students about you and your country's location. Students, please show the country Slovenia. Please show.
Super, bravo.
Yes.
Yes, it's true, it's correct. It's a very small country.
Actually, these are all seventh graders. Their age is 13 years old.
So I'm Monica Legnar. As you can see, you already know where I'm located. So I'm from Slovenia, where I work as a psychologist. So my main focus is organizational psychology, which means that I go into different companies and I explain things about soft skills and also some other skills as well. So my main goal is to conduct some trainings to focus on communication, growth mindset, empathy, emotional intelligence, and other things that are important for our lives, not only for our jobs and for the schools, but also how we interact with people and how we get along with our lives. So I'm looking forward to your questions.
What's your name?
Hello, madam.
Hello.
My name is Pujita. I am studying 7th grade. I am from GPHS Ailavaram. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Of course. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. What are the most mental challenges faced by students, common people in Slovenia?
So the mental challenges in Slovenia are connected with anxiety, depression. A lot of times students in Slovenia feel the pressure because of all the things that they have to do in schools and all the achievement they have to achieve. So a lot of time they feel overwhelmed. It's quite the same also when it comes to people that are working. So also people at work experience some kind of burnout because of the work overload. And that's why the suicidal rate in Slovenia is actually quite high. So that's something that we really have to work on. And on the other hand, there's a lot of alcohol consumption and things like that. So there are quite some mental challenges also in Slovenia. Luckily, there is also support where people can get support to face their mental challenges, but of course they are still here, so we have to take them into consideration when we're working with people and with, of course, also students.
Hello, ma'am.
Good morning. Hi.
My name is Gayatri Salvi. I am studying 7th grade. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Of course.
What is life like in Slovenia? What schools are popular in your country, public or private?
Life in Slovenia, it's quite nice because we're a small country. There's only 2 million people. I know in India there's a lot more people, but here it's only 2 million. And we have a lot of greenery, a lot of forests. And for that reason, life in Slovenia, it's usually quite active. So we like to spend time outdoors. Of course, we also have work to do around 8 hours per day, something like that. And in the free time, we like to hang out with our friends, with our family, and we like to go also in some restaurants. So life in Slovenia, it's quite balanced, I would say, and rather safe.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Bringashree from Sanjay. I'm from GPHS Ailavaram. Can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Of course, go ahead. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, ma'am. We are living in a competitive world where students are under immense pressure to do well in exams. Students are quite vulnerable to suicidal tendencies. Due to these factors, as a psychologist, how do you deal with students who are thinking of ending their life?
Yes, it's a difficult question and also a difficult topic. because as I mentioned, suicidal rate is quite high in Slovenia, mostly for older people, not so much in younger, but we have seen some examples of that recently also in Slovenia, unfortunately. So when it comes to this kind of pressure and also usually there's also connected with peer bullying and things like that, and those topics are really hard to comprehend. So I usually work with teachers, not with students directly, but what I suggest to teachers is to really encourage students who are seeking for help to go ahead and ask for some psychologist to help them, to have some conversations, and to also work with their family, because family is also very important when it comes to this kind of topics. So not just speaking with the student, but also with the family, involving all the environment, also speaking with the rest of the students to encourage these specific students, so he or she won't feel so much pressure at the end.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Good morning. Hi. It's morning in Slovenia. I know that in India you're past morning, so hi.
This is Joycey, study on 7th grade in GPHS Sailavaram. Please, can I ask one question, ma'am?
Of course, go ahead.
Who is your favorite teacher? Why?
Yeah. My favorite teacher, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily one person, because I like to learn from different teachers, but maybe if I think outside the person, I would say that my teacher is nature in a way, because nature seems to have everything figured out. If you see nature, how it's connected and how it all functions together, I would say that my teacher is actually nature, and it teaches us how to connect and how to take care of each other as well. So it's a bit out of the box answer, but still, yeah, I would go for that. Hello, hi.
My name is Vaishnavi Nagdurga. I am studying 7th grade from GPHS School, Ailor. Ma'am, can I ask one question, ma'am?
Of course, go ahead.
What made you to become a psychologist? What is goal in your life?
So, I decided to become a psychologist because I like people and I'm interested in people. So, psychology seemed like a reasonable choice to make, because I like also helping people. And psychology was one field where I feel like I could help people the most. And my goal is in life is to search for balance between the task I have to do, and that is my job, but also on the other hand, to focus on the relaxation and on my family and something that I love. So my goal would be to keep the balance between working hard, but also taking time to enjoy and to have fun with my people that I love.
Thank you.
This scenario, do you recommend a psychologist in the education institution to deal with, to address the concerns of the students?
It's very important to have some kind of professional and psychologist. For example, in Slovenia, not necessarily every school has a psychologist, but they have this web of psychologists that they can then share, or some social worker, something like that. But when it comes to suicidal attempts, of course, psychological knowledge is very beneficial.
Okay, and here is another question, Monica. And you have been witnessing so many suicidal tendencies among youth and the aged people in your country and rest of the world. What are the main reasons for their developing the suicidal tendencies, especially in this 21st century? Is it just because of the peer pressure, or the pressure from the to do well in education, or is there any specific reason? What you have been witnessing for a long time?
So, since I am not working directly with students, I cannot speak about tendencies. I usually work with teachers, and what they tell me, the teachers, is usually that there are many reasons behind it. There's not only one reason for a person to make a suicide, but it's usually connected with different things. So maybe they don't have so much support at home, then you have some academic pressure. Usually they don't have so much support from their friends. They're kind of isolated, things like that. So usually it's the lack of communication and of trust that is also behind, and of course pressure then leads to another thing. Then you also have to consider this digital bullying, not just person-to-person bullying, but with all the pressures that are experienced because of the some kind of digital bullying, and also some expectations that cannot be fulfilled. And then on the other hand, you also have some genetics. Some people are more vulnerable, and the others are less vulnerable. So it's important to have also this safe environment at home where you can really feel understood. But there are also some cultural differences and a lot of factors to consider.
In India, we have a specialist doctors for every problem. I mean, if there is a cardiac issue, I think we have the doctors, and so for every organ of human being here in India, we have a specialist doctors.
Mm.
But unfortunately, not many people they are aware of the mental and psychological issues. If they have a mental and psychological issues, they don't have any idea of approaching a psychologist, a professional psychologist. And so that's why psychologists in India are not thriving well, and means they are not that much busy as like on par with the other professionals. Areas in other countries, they are as much as demanding as far as the other professionals. So what do you say about the demand of a psychologist in your country? Do you think you are that much demanding?
Yes, actually, in Slovenia, there's a lack of psychologists, so there are more open jobs for psychologists that are psychologists there. So, if you're a psychologist, you usually get a job very quickly and you're quite wanted on the market, because not only the psychologists work in health, but also in schools and, of course, also in organizations. So, you have organizational psychology as well. So, you have different ways of working, and there's a huge demand for psychologists and the knowledge of it. Yeah.
Okay, here are the last two questions. You have actually told us that there was unfortunately the adult people actually in your country are ending their lives.
Yeah.
May I know yeah, especially the adult people are ending their lives. May I know the reason why they are so vulnerable to end their lives?
So there's a difference between female and male. Usually it's the male that do the suicide, not the female so much. And they have also done a survey and things like that to explore what are the reasons behind. And usually it's the pressure at work, financial concerns, and the feeling of not providing enough for the family.
Okay, that's good. So that's why the psychologists are on demand in your country. Am I right?
Also, yeah. So there's a lot of demand. Yeah.
So before we end this session, may I request you to give a message to my students?
Of course. So I would like to say to all of you to really take care of each other, not just of your own, but you are also the one that can help each other in a situation that is probably usually competitive, but take care of your emotions, take care of interpersonal relationships, and of course you have to work hard, but also enjoy life, okay?
So is it possible to take us outside your home so that we can see the outside Slovenia? Is it possible?
Yes, I will try to do it. Just so I put away the I can show you where I'm at. So I will show you a little bit of snow, because we actually have snow at the moment in Slovenia. So if you I have to take away the blur. just so. Wait, actually, I will go just so okay. So I can show you the outside, okay? There's a forest behind and some snow.
Yeah.
So that's the view from my window. And here on the top, I also have, okay?
My students are actually simply puzzled because we have never seen the snow in our lifetime.
Okay, wait, I will try to hop on and show you a little bit more, okay? Just so I open. Whoa, okay. So here you go. This is Slovenia.
So would you like to visit there? Yes. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Enjoy.